Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Zesty Thoughts with your host, Anabla. Welcome to episode 79. If you are in LA right now and you're based in LA, I'm praying for you. This heat is absolutely freaking brutal. Get a neck fan, get a little mini portable fan. Do what you have to do. I low-key want one of those like fans. Like it makes me think of the little fans from Disneyland where you like fill it up with water and it's like a spray bottle but also a fan. I've like low-key always wanted one of those. Yeah, I'm literally melting basically, and it's so dry. I've graduated from the Cetaphil moisturizing lotion to the Cetaphil cream, and it's like barely getting me through the day, y'all. Barely getting me through the day. So struggle city over here. We're just pushing on through. If you're not in LA, then like lucky you, I guess. Or if you're like in another part of the world that's like not hot right now, must be nice because I'm literally melting and it's like March. I'm like, if this is March, what is the summer going to be like? I'm scared, you guys. But anyway, I wanted to give a shout out. It was St. Patrick's Day this week. And for those of you that don't know, I'm Irish. Mom Donnie, Mayor of New York, posted this insane clip talking about kind of the history behind St. Patrick and why it's even like why we even celebrate him, and it's super, super informative. I'm gonna put that clip link in today's pod. I think it's an Instagram clip. I don't know if he has it on other socials as well, but I'm gonna put the link in today's pod description, because if you've ever sat here like, okay, like why do we celebrate this holiday? Like it's just like Irish Day, like what's the point? It's not Irish Independence Day. That's like a super common misconception. Just go watch the video. It has some good context for like why it is that St. Patrick was significant. It has like a nice famous quote of his, which I really also connect with. A lot of Irish people across the board are super against colonialism. Obviously, England attempted to colonize our country and just like take the fuck over, right? So we're just like not for that shit. We don't stand for that shit at all. Globally, we don't stand for that shit. So if that gives you any inkling on to like what side of history I'm trying to be on the side of history that is against colonialism, essentially. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So yeah, go check that out. Also, go peep the Celtic Essentials playlist on Apple Music. I was bumping that all day on St. Patrick's Day. I had some driving to do because I had a session. So I was just bumping that in the car, just like vibing out, even in Trader Joe's, like with my headphones, like vibing. So everybody go check that out if you've never really listened to like traditional Celtic, like Irish music. This is like one half of it. I mean, there's also like modern stuff that's more like alternative rock. As far as like Irish artists goes, like the Cranberries, for example, U2 obviously, but this is some old school shit that there's just something in it, girl. That's how I know I'm Irish. Even if I like never had been told that I was and never checked my DNA or anything, I feel something when I listen to that music, and I hope that you can like listen to it and like vibe to it as well. I have been up in the studio, as I said. I've also been working on my song. I'm trying to finish up a single right now, you guys. So peep that. I'm getting closer and closer. Like I just like went through one draft of it last night and it's starting to like really come together. I was working on the bass line, kind of making some changes. And yeah, it just feels so period. So shout out to that. I will keep y'all updated on release dates, promo stuff. So go follow my personal Instagram, anabla.now, ANNABLA. And yeah, just keep on the lookout for that. Okay, I watched freaking Bugonia. That movie was crazy. I guess I would give it maybe like an 8.5 or like a 9 out of 10, maybe higher, 9.5. I don't know. I really liked it overall. Like I will just say like I'm a fan of it. I would watch it again. But girl, small spoiler, skip to
6 minutes and 37 seconds.
if you don't want to be spoiled. I literally clocked from like almost the beginning that she was actually an alien, right? Because I was sitting there like watching it with my parents, like it wouldn't be funny if she like was actually an alien and they're just like creating this narrative around the other character to make him look like a conspiracy theorist, which he did. You know what I mean? They really made him look like that. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if she actually was? I feel like she actually is. And that was kind of like my thought, my like prediction, I was like, I bet you she actually is an alien. And he just looks crazy because we're in a world now where like people have insane conspiracy theories and people do be looking insane online. So I feel like we're just like desensitized to the idea of a conspiracy theorist and we're like averse to it. You know what I mean? As people, or just maybe just people that are chronically online, I guess. But yeah, I literally clocked that. And then the second that she walked in that hidden lab and I saw her face, I was like, she's not like freaked out. She's not like sad or scared. She's like pissed. I was like, she looks upset. Like she looks angry that he's looking for her people. Like that she's pissed that he's on to her. Okay. So I clocked that. As soon as she walked into that lab, I was like, girl, she really is an alien. Even there were some moments when they were talking in the basement and he was like interrogating her where I was like, I don't know, bro. And her acting, I think her acting was so impeccable because there were just some moments, some looks in her eyes that made me think, I think she's an alien, you know? But then like a second later, it'd be like, okay, maybe not. That is some very nuanced, skilled acting, in my opinion. I was a huge fan of her performance. Also, the actor, Jesse Plemons, I don't know, bro. What is it about him being typecast as like the most hateable character like possible? When he was in Black Mirror, I think that may be like the first like experience that I had like hating his character in anything was Black Mirror. Also didn't like his character in Breaking Bad. What else has he been in? Oh, Killers of the Flower Moon, obviously. The Irishman. What else have I seen that he's been in? Vice. I don't know, bro. He is just straight up typecast as an asshat, like as a complete dickhead. And I literally, it just makes me so impressed by him as an actor because I'm like, wow, how are you so hateable in everything that how are you so good at being hateable? That's crazy. But I think that's a testament to his like talent. Obviously, he's a super talented guy and he's very like, I still see him, I will say, I guess, I do still see his other characters in like current or new characters that he plays. Like when I was watching this, admittedly, anytime he comes on screen, I'm like, I just like instantly have an issue. But maybe like filmmakers and casting directors are taking advantage of that. I don't know if they even think of that when it comes to casting, but it definitely works. Either way, he's super talented. He just freaked me out the whole time. No lie. Either way, I loved the film so much. I would watch it again. I highly recommend y'all watch it. I fully get the hype behind it. So definitely check it out. I also loved the running like motif of bees in the film. And that aspect of it. I think that when I think of bees as just like an audience member, it makes me think of, I don't know, environmentalism and like conservationism and like respect of the planet and its cycles and its living beings. And it touches that part of my heartstrings, I guess, that really cares so deeply for that aspect of humanity. And holding value in all of those things. I thought it was a very like tasteful form of motif used in the film, at the very least in order to gain Jesse's character like sympathy, I guess. They wanted you to like believe his conspiracy or like be on his side, even though he was kind of like clearly a maniac. There was a part of you that was like, well, he's kind of right, you know, like there are these aspects of life that we as a society have taken advantage of and ruined, and like that we currently have as humanity a lack of respect for. So there's an aspect of his character that he's like beekeeping. It's like, oh, he like cares, you know, he's one of the people that cares at the very least. So I feel like that was a very, I don't know if it was the most effective way to make me as an audience member sympathize with him, but it did definitely make me kind of second guess at moments how insane he was. I thought it was an interesting motif. I love when films kind of have those like running things that relate back to the character and the theme. It's just well made. On to the next segment, you guys. I do not give a flying fuck what Pakistani Phil says. The groundhog that's supposed to like come out and tell if it's like still spring or if there's more winter. It's spring up in California, y'all, because I went on a walk the other day. There's this park in Santa Monica that runs from like the north side of the Santa Monica Pier up to like San Vicente, I think is where it stops. Anyway, runs all the way there. It's like up above the California incline. So it's not down by the beach. It's like up off of Ocean Avenue. It's called Palisade Park. If you've ever been there, you know. It's like there's like a walking path. People like ride their bikes, walk their dogs. It's a vibe. People picnic. There's always people doing like yoga and working out and stuff. I went on a walk there the other day, and I'm gonna put a clip here so y'all can see the amount of squirrels was freaking unbelievable. I've never seen. I personally, every time I'm there, I see squirrels, like they're just like always there, but I've never seen that many. They were straight up just out, just like grazing, just sun grazing, like laying in the sun on the grass and just munching on the grass. I was like, that's freaking crazy. So I don't care what anybody says. It's spring. The squirrels are outside, you guys. It's freaking spring. But I just thought this video was really funny, just like how many there were. I just like it just kept going. It just kept going. I was like, oh my God, there's more. For our entire walk, we walked for like 30 minutes. The entire walk is like, oh, there's like 10 more squirrels. Oh, there's 20 more squirrels. Literally probably hundreds, like probably 200 to 300 that I saw just in the time that I walked for like a half an hour. I couldn't believe it. So apparently it's like an issue for the city that they're so overpopulated because the cliffs that Palisade Park sits on are like basically like slowly eroding, and that the influx of squirrels and like animals that live in that cliff like speeds up the eroding essentially. So I'm like, why don't they just like throw some snakes out there? Why don't they just throw some predators out there and just get the job done like naturally? I don't know. Feed another animal. It's a circle of life. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Try not to feed them if you're out there, because there are a lot, and they definitely do not need to repopulate anymore. I feel like the city's going to have to deal with that sooner rather than later because of how many I saw. I just actually could not believe it. Also, I want to thank you guys so much. The pod did hit 1,000 downloads. So I think that's like Spotify and Apple podcasts combined, not including YouTube. I need to get my RSS feed on YouTube also, so if people want to just like listen to the audio on YouTube. Also, I need to get the video on Spotify, and I think Apple Podcasts has video now. So I will be on that, you guys. I have a week off at the end of the month. I might just be like hammering down and getting all the content crossed over all platforms. So if there are people that listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, so that they can like watch, and then vice versa. If people on YouTube don't want to watch, they can just like listen. I don't know how that works. They could just go to my channel and listen through the RSS feed, and it's just like audio only, I guess. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated, but thank you so much for all the downloads. I really appreciate if you're already listening to the podcast, audio, please follow and like rate the podcast, I guess. Comment. You can comment on Spotify, which is so cute. And then if you're watching here on YouTube, please sub. We're almost at 9K subs, which means we're almost at 10K. I'm literally so stoked, you guys. So please help me hit 10K. If you've watched like more than one episode, like sub, y'all. If you've been watching episode after episode and you're not subscribed, log in and sub, please. Okay. It really helps me out, and I really do appreciate it so much. I don't have an album review for y'all. I've been basically listening to like tracks that I've been writing to all week. I had a session on Tuesday that I had to sing for, so I've just been listening to that. And then like a homie of mine sent me tracks that he's like trying to get my 2 cents on. So I've been like listening to that in the car constantly. Also, I'm listening to an audiobook. Okay, y'all, brief interruption. I do not know for the life of me why I kept calling this book title When the Crawdad Sings. Okay. Like what? It's called Where the Crawdads Sing, right? Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there for clarification. If you hear me saying the wrong title,
Here is the preemptive correction. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
When the Crawdad Sings. That's my book for the month of March. I'm super behind you guys on reading. I'm also still reading Conversations with God book 2. So at the end of March, I will have a review for both When the Crawdad Sings and Conversations with God book 2. But When the Crawdad Sings is very interesting to me so far. I don't know. It's kind of like long and like when they dropped the N-word, I was like a little taken aback. I don't know if I missed that warning, that part of it. Like I didn't understand that was going to be happening. And I was like, wait, what? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know the lore behind this book. It's just like a New York Times best-selling book that everybody talks about being really good. And I'm like, it's not bad. It's well done. I'm just kind of like waiting for the development. I'm not even like halfway through. I'm like close to halfway through. So I will keep you guys updated on that, and I will give a formal review at the end of the month, at the end of March. But yeah, y'all, I hope you have a fantastic week. I need to finish Game of Thrones season 7 this week. I also finished freaking The Beauty, which, okay, I totally like prematurely judged this show because to me it was way too similar in the beginning to the film with Demi Moore, The Substance. I was like, okay, I'm waiting for something, unique to happen. But there was further development. I finished the whole first season. It seems to me like there's going to be a season 2, and I'm like fingers crossed because I ended up really liking it. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but if you're interested in like kind of like dystopian, like commentary on beauty standards and kind of like commentary on like wealth and capitalism and kind of like all these kind of themes, these enmeshed themes that are also super, unfortunately, very relevant to like our current times. I think it brings up interesting conversations. So I would recommend you watch it. The Beauty, I think it's on Hulu. And it's Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy did it again. Cast is great. Ashton Kutcher's in it, and he's supposed to be playing like a young I don't mean no disrespect. Ashton Kutcher's good looking. He looks actually amazing for his age, but it's just funny because like he's like an old man and then he turns like young, and the young version is Ashton Kutcher. And not that he is not hot, but I'm like, compared to all the other people that are turning young, I'm like, okay. But he was older when he transitioned. So like I get the lore behind it, but either way, the man is handsome. No hate at all. But yeah, so I highly recommend y'all check out Beauty. I watched all of it and I did prejudge it. I am changing my opinion on it. I did really, really like it. There were some different kind of thematic twists, very different from The Substance. Although similar premises, obviously, it was very different in the end. So I would recommend y'all check it out. All right, y'all, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Oh my God, I feel a breeze coming through the window. Finally. I hope y'all have a fantastic week. Stay cool. Like I said, get a neck fan and a hand fan. Like just do it. Okay. I hope y'all have a wonderful week and a fun weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.